Selassie Jah, Rastafari. E.A.B.I. Jah. From the mountain of the moon where the God happy dwells. God. Black Congo, Black Ethiopia, Black Malawi, Black Kenya, Black Eritrea, Garden of Eden, Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. City on the side of the north, city of the great king. Our topic today is Ethiopia, Abyssinia, Black Ethiopia, Abyssinia, Black Kemet, Black Egypt. Silas, this guy. Rastafari is the Almighty. Or the ancients, you know. My goodie. Turn it up, turn it up. That's right, family. Yeah, we can get into it right away, you know. Yeah, into modern day, you know. To modern day time, you know. There's a lot of movement around, you know, Egypt and Kemet, you know, and its culture, teachings, philosophies, you know. Many come with many different concepts, you know, of the history of Egypt and Kemet, you know. Fondling and bundling over, you know, glyphs that they barely understand, translations that they're not even sure are correct. Yeah. So get right into it. To cut a long story short, before there was a Kemet, before there was an Egypt, you know, there was a whole civilization in Ethiopia. You know, that's very important. You know, it's nothing to just look over. It's very important. The reason why I stress that is that civilization did not come up the Nile of Africa, the River Nile. It actually came down the Nile, as we all know. With that being said, the concepts and the teachings of Ethiopia are still the same today. The country itself has modernized, you know, but its basic morals, concepts remain the same from creation. And some people will say, Bobo, how can you say that? You know, there's all kind of different tribes and different cultures in Ethiopia. You know, that's the significance of the king. You see? The man who sit upon the throne. Pardon, good people. Yeah, the man who sit upon the throne, Emperor Haile Selassie Rastafari, is a very significant person in understanding creation and civilization. The purpose of his crown, the Trinity, God in 3 person, King of all the kings, Lord of all the lords, God of all the gods of Africa and the world, but especially Africa. The reason why he has that title is to show that among all the African leaders and people, he speaks on behalf of Africa and everybody. And we know the emperor and his stature, many of us that revere him, that we know to be the God of truth and right, and justice. This same Emperor Rastafari, who's the king of all of Africa, sitting upon a throne that reigned from creation as the throne above all thrones in Africa, still today, never conquered by no nation, not even right within Africa. You understand? Is this same kingdom. The man come sit upon the throne and show the world, still the king of all the kings of Africa. So with that being said, there's one significant thing that the king said that we cannot never cast aside. Is the Bible. B-I-B-L-E. King James Version, Ethiopian Orthodox Version, Amharic. No matter the versions, the message is one and the same. That's the first thing the king said. First thing. This is for all of those who revere and follow Rastafari. The second thing the king said, when all of us as humanity, every human being on this planet, when we in trouble and we don't have nowhere to go, and the world falling apart, like right now it have plagues and hurricanes and all this thing, he said the Bible, not the gun, not the sword, not the money, not the this or none of that. The king said specifically, this man here, out of his mouth, the Bible is the solution. It's the truth. It'll teach you what to do, what not to do, what you are doing, what you did, and what you should do. Yeah, it's a guide point. Also, the man even collaborate with the Bible, as to say, he himself, Rastafari, he glory, he's happy, excited, and pleasured and honored for his part in the Bible. Revelation chapter 5, Psalms 110, Genesis 2, Genesis 1. Straight through, he gave thanks for his part as the father, as Rastafari, the king. Same David, same Solomon. He glorified for his time, in this time, to be that father, to be that king of kings that is spoken of in the book of Revelation, to bring that prophecy to pass. He gave thanks. So the Bible is certified by Rastafari. So anybody under the sound of my voice here, anybody, turbine, robe, bald head, skull head, row, naps, wigs, sewing, no matter what they come to you with, a clown mask, with a gun, whatever they come to you with, and they tell you to do away with the Bible, throw away the Bible, don't trust the Bible, don't believe the Bible, they ain't on Rastafari's side. No, they fighting Rastafari. They Rastafari enemies. Yeah, John, no, they Rastafari enemies. Why would you speak in opposition to the king? Who does that? Perpetrators, spies. Yeah. Assassinators who try to assassinate the king. Spiritually, through his words. They try to ignore the king's words and mistranslate and twist it, where the man clearly say what he had to say. So moving right along. Because His Majesty is the highest, the king of all the kings of Africa, the leader of all the leaders. There's no leader higher than him in Africa or outside of Africa. And he tells us, go to the Bible, read it, understand it, accept it, trust it, follow its guides. The Bible says there are 10 commandments that the Creator give all humanity. Yeah, no idolatry, no graven images. You know what that is? A graven image is when you let's take this conch shell for instance. Let me blow it a little bit for y'all. But anyway, the conch shell itself, if you take the same conch shell, which is from nature, and you take a piece of wood or metal or any element, and you carve and you make a false image of this, and you worship it, you say, boy, this nice, say, boy, I do a good job. That's idolatry. Simple like that. Yeah. Because you're mocking God. Yeah, you're trying to say your creation compared to his. No, that's idolatry. So I don't want us to make nothing of an image of anything that he created. Because it's perfectly made. When a man takes this perfectly made conch shell and make it out of iron, metal, or whatever, it don't even come. It's not perfect. It don't even serve the purpose. This is made the way it is to contain life. You can't take a metal conch thing and put it there and sustain a normal conch life. You'll even change the chemistry in their body because of the metal of the shell. You see, so many inventions is whoa, but it's like it don't have a purpose in nature. It's trash. You only can take and heap it up. That's why there's dump heaps all around the world. Back to Kemet. Ethiopia being a civilization without Kemet even being formed. Eventually, Cain, evil people, children, get kicked out. Ethiopia, the region, and they was cast in the land of Nod. These become Nimrod children. Nimrod them built a tower Babel. Yeah, all these people them, same Egyptians. They going down the Nile. When they going down the Nile, they never ever ever really take the teachings of Ethiopia. They twist it. If you go in Kemet, all you see is idolatry. Sphinx and statues of themselves, the pharaohs and birds and all kind of things. It's idolatry. And when you look at the Bible, which is the genesis of creation, the first civilization, the first king, his commandment was no idolatry. Why not just do what the man says? See, people don't fear God. God can't tell me what to do. The Psalm said they speak with their own mouth. Yeah, and say no one could judge them. Whereas the Almighty say, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, you take nature and you make it unnatural. Don't do that. Yeah, it's a mockery. Another thing the man speak of is lavishness and greed. And, if you look at the civilization of Kemet in these places, it's more about greed and, like I said, adultery. And, they even changed the concept of Ethiopia. In Ethiopia, in the Bible declares like from creation, there was 6 days labor. Yeah, in Ethiopia. And then on the 7th day, God rests. In Egypt, they don't hold Sabbath. In Kemet, they don't hold Sabbath. They hold they worship on Sunday, Aman-Ra. His praise Aman-Ra, the sun god, on Sunday. That's where the Roman Catholic Church come from. The Europeans didn't steal Kemetology. They learned it and carried it to Rome and formed their papacy, their European papacy. But there were there were black popes in Kemet in Egypt before there was even popes in Europe. So they trained European popes, white popes, to run Europe, you see, and also Chile, also India, China, wherever they build temples, they train priests, from those countries to run those. That's why the world Illuminati, the world United Nations, the world system is a collective system of Kemetic teachings. That's why the King Rastafari himself stand in the United Nations speaking against all these Kemetic nations and the concepts, that came from originally Kemet, sun worship, and this the 12-month calendar, that come from Kemet. You know what I mean? We have 13 months in Ethiopia. You see? Them saying that the earth is this ball, Let me put my rod down. Rest it right there. Skillfully. Yeah, this round ball concept that we live on top of this ball, that come from Kemet. The universe and stars and Dogon and all these different, we come from the stars and the universe, and that come from Kemet. It was all blasphemy. These astrologers and Kemetic scientists, Kemetic astrologers at this time, they went study the stars and make up this whole concept, of astrology, where they make the 12 month and the 25th is the birth of Christ, and the Easter, and they make up the holy days. The 25th of the birth of Christ started in Kemet. Europe did not steal that. That's what they want you to think, that Kemet is holy and Europe is the crook. You see? But Jah says his judgment started in his own house in Africa. Jah judging his own. He judged Israel first. He judged Africa first. So there were African black pharaohs that God hated because of their idolatry, their perverted minds and concepts and illusion. He said in the Psalms, why do mankind imagine vain things? Different light galaxies and all these things, but they never even been to the moon. They don't even know what the moon is. Up to the day. Yeah, they don't know what the moon is. So, Rastafari himself, addressed these Kemetic societies. That's why everywhere you go in the world, you will see a pyramid. On the American dollar, you go in China, you see a pyramid. You go in South America, you see a pyramid. You go in California, you see a pyramid. You go in Washington, D.C., you see the obelisks, the pyramid, the Pentagon. You see, it's all Illuminati. It's all Freemasonry. Yeah, it's all Kemetic. Yeah. That's why the Egyptian Coptic Church is sister church. Well, actually, mother church. Correction. The Egyptian Kemetic Orthodox Church is the mother church of the Roman Catholic Church. That's why, if you notice, lately, the Roman Catholic Pope, the white one, he went and he bowed before 4 horsemen, before 4 black popes or presidents, per se, because they are Freemasons. The original Kemetic grandmasters. All of them form brethren that the Pope bow before, the black brethren that you all see that they bow. Yeah, they secretly Masons. I don't care what they tell me. Yeah, they run in the Kemetic society, which is this illusion of going to heaven when you die. That started in Kemet. Kemet said when you die, you carry your treasures, they bury you, embalm you, and then years later, Christ comes in return and resurrect you. The Christ is actually the science they're talking about. See, this cloning science started in Kemet thousands of years ago. Because how the Most High God, Rastafari, King Alpha was his name at that time. Yeah, the first king of Ethiopia. How King Alpha and his Queen Omega, how they created man and created themselves. Yeah, these Kemetic people say they can reincarnate themselves. They can resurrect themselves. Not reincarnate. They can resurrect themselves. So even if they choose to be homosexuals and they never have children to reincarnate themselves, they could be properly buried, embalmed, and once the science is complete, they could clone themselves and come back to life. Yeah. They didn't want to accept reincarnation. They wanted to go against God's law. And it's the same thing happening today. Yeah, they're still around the world trying to promote homosexuality and, taking babies from people who could have babies and trying to inseminate, and now they cloning. So now gay people don't have to have, no, they don't have to have children, they could get a clone of themselves. Clone baby. Yeah. And this Kemetic science, it all come from Egypt. Yeah, it all come from Kemet. You could even see when you speak of tankers, planes, aeroplanes, they were all on the glyphs of Kemet thousands of years ago, including the spaceship. Not because there is spaceships, because this was all a part of the grand Freemason master plan to fool the world that there are aliens out there, that there's a universe out there, and Amun-Ra is the god of the universe, and all the other gods, Ptah, and all the other gods ride upon the waters, and the goddess Nut, all these. So they had to bring this story alive. So they draw the technology they intend to bring to the earth. And they do it. Today they working on this technology. They have this technology, perfected. Cloning and also these spaceships. Yeah, if you look at the last stealth bomber, it was only big, but it was a spaceship. Yeah, and basically when they get these drone is just anyway, up, down, in, out. Drone don't move like a plane, a plane is basically, but a drone, because of the, once you have precision in what you're doing, building them drone engines and setting them right, you can make that thing just really move. Just how they, like I said, they get the stealth and all these people to, it's some, and what I've noticed in most technology that they present to the world, by time as they present it to the world, it's almost 100 years old or more. Like I say, almost 4,000 years old. They just perfecting it. And they present it once it's perfected. You see? So, anything they bring to the world, it's being worked on years, thousands of years. It's a Freemason society. It's a passed down generation society. That's why it's sacred. Not only secret, but sacred. They have to protect the Kemetic. Yeah, it's only two worlds. It's Ethiopia, Rastafari, King Alpha, Queen Omega, the Bible, the righteous kingdom on earth. And then it's Kemet, the lie, the sun god, the whole plagiary of Ethiopia, even with the Christ child. And look what they do with the goddess Omega. In Ethiopia, the goddess Omega made same time with the king. Yeah, and she actually is mother of the earth in Ethiopia. In Kemet, it's not the same. They flip it. In Kemet, if you look at the glyph, the goddess Nut is the heavens of the man. That's all in his mind is woman. And he on earth laying in labor. All he's do is labor for the woman. And that's all the pharaohs did. Because they was lustful. They never keep 21-day purification where the woman set away from them for 21 days and they can't touch her. The pharaohs sleep with the woman when they period on. No disrespect to the woman. But I'm just telling you, this is nothing new. The concept of Kemet was to break the rules. Yeah, it was to go beyond the norm. Yeah, to prove, just like Nimrod, just like Britain, just like America. They the same Kemet. They mission is to go beyond. Brazil and all these places take part. China take part. They all taking part in this system. And look who they fighting against. Y'all ain't see the coincidence? All these nations come together and take counsel against who? Ethiopia. Rastafari. The original teachings. The Bible. They even want to send homosexuals down to the churches in Ethiopia, in Lalabella. He had no respect for I&I culture and I&I teachings. Yeah, if we don't allow y'all into our sacred place, y'all can't come. What's wrong with that? Satan. That's Satan mentality. No respect for people. Balance. Go on the dirt. You know what I mean? That's where they belong, on the dirt. Rebellious, dwell in a dry land. They go under the dirt, So I give it his people, life. Through reincarnation, no other way. Yes, royal family, so, through Ben Jokan and Yosef, Ben Yosef Chukanan, Ashok Kwesi. There was a bunch of little black, people, that get an opportunity to go to white man college. They end up in these archaeological, subjects. Yeah, and then they bite the bait. You see, the white man couldn't bring Kemet back to the world, because they know it's going to be in trouble, to give them away. So, yeah, they bring these black Africans into their colleges and they brainwash them to come and teach, teach Kemet in a different way. They come teach Kemet like it's a glorious place. Like Kemet has no one to judge them, I swear. If you listen to Ben talk, he's talk like no one could judge him, Baba. Ashukwezi this, I am and I is this and this, Satan and flesh, Baba. Only Satanists talk like that. No one could judge him. Even God himself say, lest he eat of the tree of good and do good, he himself will die. God judge himself. Some might say no one could judge him. He's Satan. So these men who went to these college, black men, hit the internet, hit the colleges, and just get a bunch of people. A lot of them started to get a lot of people them to follow them, and they bite the bait. And now you have the whole black population just running back to Egypt, to Kemet. You have to go serve the woman, Isis, the harlot, Jezebel, Ishtar, the same person, Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, they all the same spirit, Kemetic spirit. That's why Queen Elizabeth is set up as Nut, as the goddess Nut. Queen Elizabeth sit as head of the world, as a woman, trying to be, but Rastafari is Godhead. Man, you see, it's the flip in Ethiopia. Yeah, in Kemet, they flip it. They make everything wrong. Yeah, so now the world's serving Queen Elizabeth. She won everything. Yeah, it's no king over her other than Rastafari. Rastafari is the highest king over her. And the world belly don't want to accept that. And if you look at Queen Elizabeth, she don't even have a king. She make her husband a duke. Sit in the duke chair, Baba. Yeah, go over there in the duke chair. Can't sit in the king chair. Yeah, because see, the goddess Nut, she have no king. She have no one above her. She's in the heavens. She mastered the minds of humanity through the spirit of her harlotry, Medusa, seducer, lust, lavishness, statues and, music and sadbak, doskomnin. Same Nebuchadnezzar, same Egypt, same Babylon, same thing. They just flip it to twist your head. That's why you can't get it. But follow the priest. You get it. Yeah, just think it over. Everything I just say, you'll get it and you'll see. Yeah, the Europeans didn't thief. Kemetology. They didn't thief the papacy. They didn't thief the Illuminati. They didn't thief Freemasonry. They went to Kemet, Black Kemet at that time, and learned these things. People like, oh no, they twisted the Freemason and everything when no, but we can't twist the Freemason. Y'all freaking out. Y'all ain't in the Freemason then. I've never been in the Freemason, but I know you can't switch to Freemasons. And I know every Freemason that watching this is like, boy, but that's one truth. Yeah, we can't deny. They can't deny that. It's a secret society. It's designed to stay a secret. It's designed to stay sacred. It protects itself. It have dangerous people. At one point, they used to call them Night Templars. You all ever hear about Night Templars? Yeah, dangerous people to protect this truth. What truth? This Kemetic truth? This lie. Yeah, the Roman Catholic Church, the Illuminati, Freemasons, all your churches in your community, the Baptist, Pentecost, all the lodges, all the schools, even the hospitals. They working, yeah, all in cooks using chemistry. Oh, chemistry to make what, pills? To what, make you hallucinate? Side effect, hallucination, suicide. All that come from Kemet, babo. Even, yeah, Imhotep, a madman. The man wanted to see how the human body look inside. So Imhotep, why take a living man and tie him down? Yeah, fill him up with some chemical drugs he make and numb him and slice the man open. Tear his skin, flesh back to watch his heart beating there. And he start, that's where they start, yeah. Yeah, they didn't have nothing to really, yeah, microscope and, you know what I mean, them thing where we have today, CTI screen and all them different things. I hope I getting it right. But yeah, we didn't have all them thing there, you know, so the man had to physically butcher people until he get it right. For thousands of years they carry on. And they still doing it today. It's sad. But they still doing it. They still butchering people in them hospital. Experimenting every year. They got trials. And then they have Imhotep, the father of medicine. Who father? Not Imhotep. Imhotep is a child. King Emmanuel Charles Edwards. Melchizedek from creation. The Black Christ. That's the great physician. He was the first grand master physician. Herbalist. No judgment, Imhotep. Imhotep is children. I tell people thousands of years life was going on in Ethiopia, civilization before Kemet was even weed out. Before someone take a lass, cutlass, whatever you all call it,